So, a Democratic super PAC making dramatic and false allegations about Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert's past. We have a fact check coming up.
Just blatant falsehoods from a Democratic super PAC involving Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert of Colorado and her past. Joining us now is CNN senior reporter and fact checker Daniel Dale. These really took the internet by fire, a lot of them completely untrue, but not before they were amplified online, Daniel.
Yeah, so I looked into them, Brianna. I found a bunch of false claims from the super PAC, at least 5 of them. And the co-founder of the PAC, David Wheeler, acknowledged to me last week that all 5 of these were indeed inaccurate. Now, Mr. Wheeler also says, Brianna, that the PAC still stands by what he calls the main points of the allegations, all of which Boebert vehemently denies: that she used to work as an escort, had a profile on a so-called sugar daddy website, that she had 2 abortions. But so far, the PAC has not provided corroborating evidence to prove those so-called main points. And Mr. Wheeler acknowledges, again, that they've gotten a bunch of other things wrong. Here's one example. The PAC published a photo of a woman posing on a bed in a tight dress. One of their anonymous sources claimed that she had gotten this photo from the page the super PAC claims Boebert had on sugardaddymeat.com. Well, the photo is not actually of Lauren Boebert. It is a photo of a different woman. How do I know? Well, it was on that woman's old profile on a modeling website. The woman told me directly last week that it was her. And then after Mr. Wheeler suggested to me that maybe this woman was, quote, lying, the woman went and found me more evidence, including an old hard copy of the bed photo and another photo of herself in that same distinctive dress. Eventually on Thursday, Mr. Wheeler conceded it was not Boebert in the shot. He said his source got this wrong. He said he is not sure how she got it wrong. Here's a second example, Brianna. The super PAC also published a statement on its website saying a different anonymous source told them she had driven Boebert to get an abortion in the, quote, fall of 2004. Well, not only does Boebert deny ever having had an abortion, she gave birth to a son in March 2005. So fall 2004 seemed like a pretty implausible timeline. And when I pointed out her son's birth date, Mr. Wheeler quickly backtracked. He said the 2004 claim was a, quote, typo by our social media guy, even though it was on their website, and he quickly changed the page to say fall of 2005. I'll give you one more example. The super PAC also claimed that Boebert had been introduced to Senator Ted Cruz by a supposed escort client of hers before she ran for Congress. Again, Boebert denies she was ever an escort. She also denies having met or spoken to Cruz until after she won her 2020 primary. And sugardaddymeat.com told me it has, quote, no record of Boebert ever using the site. But anyway, on this claim, regardless, the super PAC claimed that Boebert then got a big donation from Cruz, $70,500, and initially failed to report that donation. But that is just not true. She did report it quickly. The donation from Cruz's so-called victory fund, which backed more than 20 GOP candidates in that election, Boebert was not unusual, came in September 2020, and Boebert's campaign reported it in its quarterly finance report in October 2020. That is quick, that is prompt. Now, the Boebert campaign initially did fail to list this so-called, initially failed to list this Cruz fund as a so-called joint fundraising partner of the campaign on another form. They had to go back and put that on the other form, but there is no basis to claim they ever hid the actual Cruz donation itself. So, Brianna, here's the thing. I can neither prove true nor prove false some of this PAC's story about Boebert. It is theoretically possible, sure, that some parts could maybe be proven accurate eventually. But so far, at least, the PAC has not released substantiating proof and is basically asking people to just trust them. And given how much this PAC has gotten wrong in what it has actually released so far, I think it would be quite understandable if a lot of people were just not feeling all that trusting.
Indeed. Thank you for taking us through that, Daniel Dale. We appreciate it.
Thank you.